viewers and subscribers, you're welcome back again. This is BVI Channel 1, and today we are back on the program ECOSEA, Economy of the Southeast. The program where we advocate, encourage, sensitize, and mobilize our people to promote and develop our homeland, Southeast, economically. That's what we call it ECOSEA, Economy of the Southeast, and we are concentrating today on agricultural investment. We promise you that this will be the program we'll be doing henceforth for the time being, as we are about to ignite an agricultural revolution for food production and sustainability in Igbo land. Today we'll be focusing on greenhouse farming. Greenhouse farming. That's part of the project that will be included in the GGM Cooperative, Good Governance Ministry Cooperative Agricultural Estate, which is about to take off. And the other day I went to a marketplace where they sell tomatoes in bags. I'll be bringing you a report which you are going to watch. Although the report is not recent, it was, I think, at the time Jonathan was, at the time it was still far cheaper. Okay, now we're asking, can we sustain ourselves food-wise? Can we be able to produce what we eat? When I went to that market, many of you can also agree with me that majority of food consumed in the Southeast are being brought in from outside the Southeast, predominantly coming from the northern part of Nigeria. The tomatoes we eat, the pepper we eat, the onions, the cucumbers, the even yam that we are known for are all now being imported. Fish, smoked one, and the rest of them are now all being imported in Igbo land. And we ask, what went wrong? We know that before the independence, even before not colonization, before the Biafran Genocide War, the Nigerian war against the Biafran people in 1967 to 1970, at that time, food were being exported from the east. Food were being exported to other parts of Nigeria from the southeast. But today, reverse is the case. What went wrong? And I can tell you that it is not, these days you see, I hear people say, oh, you are not going to be able to sustain this. This is impossible. You know, talking about investing in agriculture, they will tell you, oh, some people have done it before. They have tried it and failed. That is the excuse some people come up with. Forgetting that where someone fails is where another succeeds. And like I said, and continue to say, that we have a team of professionals that will be handling the agricultural investment. And I will encourage you now, before the rush, for you to be part of that agricultural investment program and project. It's a cooperative, and if you are interested in it and you want to know more, I will encourage you to call the numbers you're seeing at the top corner of this screen. You can call this number and you will be properly informed. Okay? You'll be properly informed. All right? So call the numbers on the screen and you will be integrated into what we are doing, talking about the agricultural investment. All right? So you call this number right here. The number is up here. You call it and you will be properly integrated into what we are doing. All right? So that is it, and I hope we all understand the situation at hand, talking about food production. And joining me tonight will be a professional consultant in greenhouse farming, so that our people get janafafo that these things are possible. Okay? So that our people will see and understand that these things are possible. So, when we open up the lines, I bet you will be able to make your submission. You'll be able to make your submission as to the topic under review. You'll be able to make your submission as to the topic under review. Okay? The number to call is +234-810-4545-533. From the screen, you'll be seeing a demonstration of what we are talking about, the greenhouse project. And we'll be bringing you a short report on that greenhouse. Then we'll come right back and ask ourselves, why can't we produce what we eat? Why can't we produce what we eat? Look at it there. It is possible we can produce what we eat. But before I open up the lines, I want us to quickly get the report out so that you'll be able to call in and make your own submission with respect to what we are discussing tonight. Okay, we are talking about agricultural investment, food sustainability in Igbo land, and for you to see tonight what many people think it is impossible is possible. You can see it right there by the corner. You see this, the greenhouse farming, and these days you can also do greenhouse yam farming, like planting yams in bags. All right. So you sit back there while we bring you this report. We hope that you will be able to share this video to as many people as possible within your contact to be part of this program and join the conversation. It is about the survival of our homeland. It is about our sustainability as a people. All right? So when we open up the lines after the short report, then we will come right back to deliberate on this and perhaps bring in our guest to talk to us. All right, I'll be right back after this short report.
When AKBC 45 News arrived at the government greenhouses along Airport Road, it was observed that the 10 greenhouses have been cultivated with vegetables. While some houses had tomatoes, others had hot pepper, green pepper, cucumber, and other vegetables in large quantity. We met the farmers harvesting some of the greenhouses, and the harvest was impressive, with one tomato greenhouse producing over 120 baskets, while pepper was also harvested in large quantities of not less than 30 baskets. Interestingly, buyers within and outside the state were on hand at the greenhouses to purchase the vegetables. On inquiry, it was discovered that a basket of tomato goes for 6,000 naira, while that of hot and green pepper varies. When we visited the green pepper house, we were informed that the present ones have been harvested for over time now, but they were still yielding fruits for harvesting. The Director of Agriculture in the ministry, Mr. Emmanuel Akpan, spoke on the cultivation of the vegetables.
We started with one greenhouse. We planted them in series, and we end up completing the 10 greenhouses. Right now, as you can see, you've seen it by yourself. We planted tomato here, cucumber, we have green pepper and the hot pepper. Now we have added onions, even though it's an open field. Massive, we've seen the quantity of tomato we are producing. Pepper, we are doing it on a daily basis. So we are coping, because that is our job. We are professionals.
The director said cucumber and other vegetables were not ripe for harvesting. The greenhouse supervisor, Mr. Ifiok Peter, spoke on the duration of vegetables before they are harvested.
The farm is doing well. The tomatoes, the green pepper, the hot pepper is doing well. Tomato, we nurse it. It takes 21 days to 30 days nursery. But I give you 3 months. after transplant. So I give you 3 months. You cultivate, you harvest the tomatoes. People think it's not working, but I'm telling you that it's working.
Iyaginopo, AKBC News. When AKBC 45 News arrived to the government greenhouses along Airport Road, it was observed that the 10 greenhouses have been cultivated with vegetables. While some houses had tomatoes, others had hot pepper, green pepper, cucumber, and other vegetables in large quantity. We met the farmers harvesting some of the greenhouses, and the harvest was impressive, with one tomato greenhouse producing over 120 baskets, while pepper was also harvested in large quantities of not less than 30 baskets. Interestingly, buyers within and outside the state were on hand at the greenhouses to purchase the vegetables. On inquiry, it was discovered that a basket of tomato goes for 6,000 naira, while that of hot and green pepper varies. When we visited the green pepper house, we were informed that the present ones have been harvested for over time now, but they were still yielding fruits for harvesting. The Director of Agriculture in the ministry, Mr. Emmanuel Akpan, spoke on the cultivation of the vegetables.
We started with one greenhouse. We planted them in series, and we end up completing the 10 greenhouse. Right now, as you can see, you've seen it by yourself. We planted tomato here, cucumber, we have green pepper and the hot pepper. Now we have added onions, even though it's an open field. Massive, we've seen the quantity of tomato we are producing. Pepper, we are doing it on daily basis. So we are coping, because that is our job. We are professionals.
The director said cucumber and other vegetables were not ripe for harvesting. The greenhouse supervisor, Mr. Ifeok Peter, spoke on the duration of vegetables before they are harvested.
The farm is doing well. The tomatoes, the green pepper, the hot pepper is doing well. Tomato, we nurse it. It takes 21 days to 30 days nursery. But I give you 3 months after transplant. So I give you 3 months. You cultivate, you harvest the tomatoes. People think it's not working, but I'm telling you that it's working.
Iyaginopo, AKBC News.
Yeah, you have seen the report. We allowed you to play twice so that you will get it very, very well. You've had it from the people who are already doing it. What you saw there is something that is already happening in the southern part of Nigeria, but particularly not inside Igbo land yet. But that is what we are about to start in Igbo land. And I can tell you that we are about to start a revolution that is unstoppable. And I tell you and I bet you that when our people key into this and invest in this agricultural investment project, the integrated farming system we are introducing in our homeland, it will be a thing of great wonders. So I'll be going up now to invite my guest, who will be joining me any moment from now to be part of this program, to give us his own opinion as to this very innovation. I already have him here with me. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Please, you are live and direct on BVI Channel 1 ECOSEA, Economy of the Southeast. And it's a live broadcast. The whole humanity worldwide can hear us as we deliberate on the importance of agricultural investment, particularly on the area of greenhouse farming. Can you please tell us, or start by introducing yourself properly, what you do, and then we dive into the discussion talking about greenhouse farming.
It's okay. Good evening, members of BVI Group. My name is Emmanuel Chukwemeka. By His grace, I'm the regional manager East, comprising of South, South, and Southeast, for Dizengulf West Africa Nigeria Limited. Dizengulf is a company that came into the country in the year 1958. Basically, they came into two major things: agriculture and technology. When we talk about technology, it has to do with technology and innovation. That's basically communications. In the agri sector, we're into four major groups, namely tractors and implements, consumables, irrigation, and greenhouse farming. We also undertake some turnkey projects. But majorly today in Nigeria, this is going to be focusing more on greenhouse and irrigation. And the basic reason behind it is looking at the nature of the country with respect to climatic change and the conditions of the country. Not necessarily Nigeria, but the entire globe. Will agree with me that this day agriculture is no longer what we do just on the rainy season alone. We try to do it both rainy season and dry season. And for dry season to strive, you require irrigation.
Yeah.
The aspect of irrigation, we're dealing on drip irrigation systems, sprinkler irrigation systems, and what we call center pivot irrigation systems. On these three items, we carry it out in Nigeria and the nation or some other African countries. So in the aspect of greenhouse, it's a project that Dizengulf commenced since 2010, and it has been going on up to date. And basically, what is greenhouse? Greenhouse is just a layman's understanding, farming under an enclosure. And why do we do greenhouse? It's a small unit for big harvest. And why do we call it, why do we bring it into the country? Basically, we discovered an aspect of vegetables, like tomatoes, pepper, cucumbers, sweet melon, and the rest. You will agree with me that in this country, tomato we eat mainly come from the northern part of the country. The Jos, the Boko tomato, the Kanu tomato. Most times before these items get down to the southeast, about 60% of them damage on the road. Either the truck falls down as a result of bad road, or something else, either the truck broke down and they couldn't come, the fruits begin to rotten along the road. And we agree with that. It's our brothers in the southeast that normally pay for these things even before they leave most of these places. So they're losing income. As well as Nigeria, we're losing almost 90% or 60% of those produce coming down. So that gave rise to greenhouse farming in Nigeria. With respect to tomato, on the ground that tomato doesn't strive well during the rainy season as we are now. I agree with me, you get to the market now, you find out that greenhouse farming, tomatoes are becoming costly in the market. But the idea of greenhouse now is as an enclosure, you can now grow it void of rain. Meanwhile, you're not giving it brain-fed and no longer rain-fed. That's why the northern man brings tomato as from November till February up to maybe March, because that is a dry season period that they can strive for them to, to grow and then harvest and sell to us. For this past decade, Dizengulf has been in greenhouse farming. I think we are beginning to reduce some of these losses and buying into the idea that the man of the East can do it. Even ordinary tomato on the open air, people can do it now. You got to begin to see the dividend in agriculture. We can no longer wait for the ones coming from the north.
When AKBC 45 News arrived to the government's greenhouses,
well fertile than that of the north. Because in northern soil, they use more of fertilizer, the inorganic fertilizers. Most times, they abuse the use of it. And when we as people consume it, we have some issues that can happen without us knowing the cause. But for us in the southeast, our soil is better off. You can agree with me, by the time you move from the Enugu or Necha to Abia, Imo, wherever, whether it is rain season or dry season, you still observe green vegetations. That means it shows that our soil is better. But once you step into the dry season and visit the north, it's like a desert. Everywhere is dried up. So we can do better here than what we're expecting from the north. So greenhouse is thriving better in this country because we have introduced it to a lot of people. And then what are we getting into the greenhouse farming? It's a complete component that as this end of, if we are selling greenhouse to you, we don't just sell the tunnel to you and leave you. We'll give you the tunnel, give you the seed, give you the fertilizer required, give you the agrochemicals required, give you the PPEs required, give you the training required. We install it too and give you basic training on it. There are a certain number of units. If you acquire it, this ENGOF is going to attach what we call an ASA, Agro Support Advisor, to your site or to your farm for 10 good months of the year. You are not the one paying the salary of the staff. This ENGOF pays the salary, but you now as a client, you provide accommodation for that staff. The duty of the staff mainly is to train you and train your staffs so that they can have the nitty-gritty on how they can handle these crops. Now you have choice to make, either tomato, either pepper, either cucumber, either sweet melon for the greenhouse farming purposes. And then by the time you grow the first season, it is known that you might begin to discover your market. If your market is more of tomato, begin to grow tomato. If it's more of pepper, you begin to grow pepper. And when we talk of pepper, we grow both the capsicum, which are the bell peppers. Those ones that are big, that can turn from green to yellow, green to red, green to orange. Then we have the other pepper, we call it habanero pepper, super habanero, which is a hot spice pepper that is widely known today in the market. For the cucumber, we have the cucumber variety that grows in greenhouses. For the sweet melon, we have it for greenhouses. Maybe most people that eat it today are mainly the elites that knows it better. But these are healthy crops that can be grown. Then, because of the irrigation nature we apply in greenhouses, the same irrigation can be applied in open tunnels. Maybe drip irrigation system that you can grow other varieties, either for tomato, pepper, as the case may be, things like watermelon, cabbage, cucumber, carrots, just name them, other herbs, coriander, lettuce, just so on and so forth, so that you can utilize the lands you have, so that at each point in time, there are green vegetations in your site. People grow maize also with irrigation systems. Yam, rice, as the case may be. What we are trying to achieve is that at each point of time, there is food, void of whether it is rainy season or dry season, as long as you are going into irrigation farming. So because of that, we are combining the two, both greenhouse and irrigation. Because for a greenhouse to thrive, there must be irrigation because you are the one feeding it. How do you feed it? It's just an elevated tank of about 2 meters. The only power required is power that puts water in that GP tank. The rest goes by gravity. So you have reduced cost of power when you are doing a greenhouse farming. Just as I said, power required is power that puts water into that tank. You just open the valve and it drips down. To just because on that drip lines, they have the main line and dripper lines, which have the emitters, where these plants get water directly to their root zones. From there, they begin to thrive. So they don't have issue of rain beating them or putting down the flowers that are going to give you the fruits because an enclosure. Quite unlike when you're using sprinkler. So for each crop a client or a customer wants to grow, will advise on the type of irrigation system required. So today, the greenhouse business in Nigeria is thriving. And people from the Southeast are beginning to understand the nitty-gritty about it. So they're coming into it gradually. And as far as I'm concerned, in the Southeast, I can boast that we have more than 300 units today, those that are bought from this Zengov. There are those that even privately elsewhere, or some that even ship it all the way from China thereabout. So it's beginning to come up because we must go back to the roots.
All right.
So far, so good. Let me stop here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. In case you're just joining us, whom we have there is our wonderful brother, Emma Noah, who is an expert in agricultural investment activities, talking about greenhouse and other integrated farming system, as we are trying to encourage our people on the need for us to go fully into agricultural investment as we are propagating and mobilizing our people. Now, some people say that many have tried agricultural investment and failed. Can you share with us your experience with respect to sustainability of agricultural investment, talking about greenhouse, because that is what we are concentrating upon. We want to see the Southeast start producing tomatoes en masse, start producing onions, cucumbers, just name them. You know, we need to start producing food in large quantities. The onions we are importing from the north, the cucumbers, the tomatoes, the pepper, both red and green. Okay, so some of these things, people say it is not viable. How true is that?
If we come to that, I think a trial will convince anybody. If we go back to it, today, with respect to seeds, which is very, very vital, we have seeds today that do well. That's why the source of your seed matters most. You don't just go anywhere and get seed. You don't just go by maybe waiting the hold up on the road and buy seed. You must know the source of your seed. And whoever is selling that seed must produce the viability and the germination percentage of that seed. 2, whoever wants to go into farming for sustainability need to get trained. Training. The reason why most people said it's not successful is some of us see agriculture that as if it is the last resort. It is no longer that way. Somebody need to do it well, because some of them make the mistake of saying, I can do it, without looking for people that they can consult. Meanwhile, they're thinking of the money they'll pay. The money is not the issue, but if you refuse to pay that money, you burn your fingers and you still pay that money. So that is why you need to get people who can give you the basics training required for you to do it. Maybe if you want to do that sustainable farming system we are talking, there are rudiments you must follow. What do you want to grow? Why do you want to grow it? What market do you have for it? Where are your source of seeds? Source of agro inputs? What about water? The major point now is the fertility of that soil. How good is that soil? What type of soil? Is it sandy loamy? Is it loamy soil? Is it clay soil? Then you talk about water. What is the rain system in that area? Or can you get a borehole in that area? If you can get a borehole in that area, what is the aquifer of the water? How good is this water? Is it good for human consumption? If it's good, that is what you must consider, not even for the plant. Because whatever you can take is what the plant can take for it to give you what you want. When you do this study and come out with a feasibility report of what you want to follow, the next stage is now, how do I implement them? Then implementation can be in stages. That stages can take step by step. What do I start first? Maybe you don't really have a market. You can intend to grow different crops. tomato, pepper, if you are talking about vegetables today, and now, just as I said, by the time your produce start coming out, you begin to discover your market. Market in the sense that which one are people looking for more, so that I can increase my productivity on that. Like today in greenhouse farming that we are doing, there are some of our clients who have gotten some franchise from their own customers. An initial deposit, grow this crop for me, I will take all. The malls, the supermarkets, even the oil companies and oil servicing companies today are doing it. And those our clients are not regretting in that business. So for you to do any business, there is need for you to do the study of the business you want to do, so that you now know where you are putting your investment or putting your money. Then that can determine what will be your output. For example, let me take cucumber for example. If you must grow cucumber, you must have a study of cucumber. What does it require? At what stage of year does it grow well? What is the market of cucumber? When can I grow to be able to make profits so that I can avoid gluts? The steps are there. By the time you meet somebody who knows about it, they can give you that basic training. Not just training, but you begin to do the practical training. That will help you to know what that market is. Just like I used to tell most of my clients, yes, we want to sell greenhouse to you, but if you as the man paying has no passion or interest on it, I won't sell to you. So that you won't tell me tomorrow that you invested and you wasted it. The moment you get interested, that moment will come into play. So that you must have return on investment of what you are growing. We can even tell you how long it can take for you to begin to recoup. Somebody who has a greenhouse today is already a fixed asset. We give you all the necessary input for the first season. So at the second season, all you now need is to buy inputs, not the greenhouse. So that you just discover that you are now spending less. Then give you 2 seasons to be able to recover the money and then break even on what you have paid to this angle. From there, you begin to see the benefits. People ask, how long does the house stay, the greenhouse? It has a lifespan of between 7 to 10 years. Even some have exceeded 10 years. All because of good management. This is all life is all about, management. So once you can manage it well, you have that prerogative that this thing can work, and you have benefits and the mutual success, profitability of the business. We discovered today in Nigeria that people that are buying more are already existing clients because they are seeing the benefits of it. I bet I don't blame them most times. If you now ask them to tell you what they're doing, they will not tell you. You tell them to tell other people, they will not tell you. So they really want to now be alone in that business. But that is not the best.
So
you
believe that the prospect in that business is huge?
If it's not huge, just as you said, I have a client in Abuja. He has about 60 units of a greenhouse in Abuja.
Wow.
But today we are installing about 200 units in his hometown in Ehimembano, in Imo State.
Wow. That's wonderful.
And he wants to grow more of onion because of what the northern man said some few months ago concerning onion. So we want to prove that it can be grown here in quantum, so that the man of the East don't need to go to North for onion. You can get that onion from here.
I think that's a very good one, wonderful mindset.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Emmanuel, for your time with us, and I believe our viewers and listeners across the world are hearing you loud and clear. As a word of advice, what will you tell our people who predominantly will tell you, oh, I don't want to invest, it is going to tie my money down. It is going to tie my money. You know, the mentality of buying and selling for quick turnover, has really, played down on our people's intelligence. It has really affected the way and manner we do things, especially when it comes to business. Quickly, you go to the north to bring down food that you can cultivate. You go to China, you bring down goods that you can produce in our homeland, and we have capital flights, and now without knowing that so our brother here has said it but I want him, before he goes, to give us like a lifespan of greenhouse farming system in terms of the time of the cultivation and the time of harvest. What is the duration you're looking at in terms of, for instance, tomatoes? I heard people say between 2 to 3 months is already done for harvest. What's your opinion about that, coming from the professional background?
It's okay. I will start by saying that any day otenite ebunye mmiri ka ọsọ arụ onye ọbụla ga-ama na afọ ka ọ na-abụ ụzọ asa ọ bụrụ na asịkọ unu gwa m inyere na mmiri okulu mmiri afọ ya ka ọ na-asa. That means afọ dị mkpa. No matter what we do, we need food. So we don't need to be afraid. Just like another thing I would say with respect to Igbo man, the issue of land tenure system. Another thing people might be afraid of. Who can I entrust my money to? That's number one. The issue about it, that's why we said, if you are going into this business, there must be that plan. There must be a plan. There must be a plan. And it's going to be a long-term plan for you to achieve what you have, so that you don't have a breakdown. It's not mad to normal invest again. It must be a long-term plan. And that long-term plan is that you must sit down to itemize what I need so that I can commence this business. Okay. For me as a person in this angle, I cannot be telling people about greenhouse or irrigation without practicing myself. I'm practicing it. I'm doing it. And it's yielding dividend.
And it's working.
Why not?
Our people are that, but motor neju. I have one chance. So, but this one is no film trick. This is real and proper investment in car. You know, sometimes when I hear our people making complaint and talking about risk and the rest of them, you see them heavily investing in Ponzi scheme, and when it crashes, you see, that's when you now start seeing them shouting, I am a victim, I invested 10 million, 20 million, 5 million, and even people that you don't believe they have already up to 50,000 in their account will be crying that they've already invested 1 million. And at the end of the day, all went down the drain. Now, this is a wonderful opportunity for people to take advantage of and make something out of their life worthwhile. So, my brother, before we let you go, what's your word for our people?
I'm in a meeting. I'll call you. Okay. The word of advice I'll tell anybody now is make a search to ensure you don't fall into the one chance people. Get the right people. Let them give you the right advice. Yes, it might cost you something, but the long-term benefit is what you're going to look at. Number two, just as you said, issue of greenhouse. If you are planting tomato, if you give that tomato 6-month duration, it's possible. You can run it twice in a year. If you are planting pepper like habanero, it exceeds 6 months. It can even be 8 months or 1 year. It can still be fruity. The measure is that once you are feeding it as required, it will keep giving you the fruit that is required.
All right.
And if you can grow tomato twice in a year, that means first 1 month is your nursery. The next 2 months is your vegetative growth, which is now 3 months. The other 3 months you can harvest. You can even exceed that 3 months, but for you to run it twice, that's why I say 6 months. For example, in a greenhouse of 8 meters by 24, you're expected to have 480 plants in that greenhouse. Let me give analysis that I was able to have 400 of that 480 that survives. And in each stand, I'm able to have about 12 clusters. What we call clusters is that point that tomato can come and fruit, about 3 or 4. Some might be 5 or 6. So if I have it up to that in a stand, and I have like 12 clusters, let me assume that each cluster is giving me half a kilo. That means I've gotten 6 kg in this stand. 400 stands that give me 66 kg. It boils down that I'm going to have 2,400 kg within the period of 90 days. That is 6 months, or 3 months, I mean harvest, 3 months harvest. If my selling price is 500 naira, I'm talking that here I can have close to, let me call it 2 million naira in that period. If I run it twice, I can get up to 4 million. Now, if I have 4 million, what is my investment cost? What is cost of water? What is cost of my labor? Cost of staff? You remove it. You might still have a negative profit because you are still thinking about the entire thing, the greenhouse and what have you. By the time I do it the second season, it will become now a positive profit. From there, you strive. You begin to see the profitability of the business. This is experience I'm telling you. It's not friction, it's reality.
All right.
But I know that I can get more than this in the greenhouse, but I'm trying to be moderate to be able to sustain it. Thank you very much.
God bless you, my brother Emmanuel. We appreciate you for coming on to the program to address our people. I believe our people are so grateful to have and hear you, and I believe it's a lifetime opportunity presenting itself for our people to key in and invest. Thank you very much, Emma, and we will be contacting you as we continue on this project to ignite what we call agricultural revolution in Igbo land. God bless you, Emmanuel, as we let you go.
You're welcome at any time.
Thank you, and that is the voice of Emmanuel, and I can assure you we are getting close to, the explosion of the agricultural integrated farming system we have been talking about. We're just looking at greenhouse farming. Okay, that is just one and part of the setup that will be happening within the agricultural estate good governance ministry through BVI Channel 1 that is being powered by BVI Channel 1. Okay, the agricultural estate will be having this greenhouse farming system as part of the agricultural activities that will be happening there. We're talking about also, we're looking at short-term agricultural investment, medium-term and long-term, both in animal husbandry and in crops, plantations. Okay, so these are the opportunity that is out there for our people through Good Governance Ministry, GGM Cooperative. And if you want to know more and be part of this, I bet you have to call the number after the program, 0810-420-7522. I'll call that again, 0810-420-7522. Or you just simply call and dial the number on the top corner of this screen, +234-810-4545-533. You can talk to me after the program and you'll be added to the platform. Only serious people. We are beginning with 500 slots. 500 slots. The first batch is 100 and it is fast being taken. People are joining. Don't be late in this life-changing opportunity. Okay? So if you want to know more, you can call after the program because we are going to be doing most of these things outside social media. I have to talk about social media or if a media work. No. We want only serious-minded people who will be informed on the progress, day-to-day progress of that agricultural investment. What we're going to be doing here on the program is basically to educate, to sensitize, to open up the eyes of our people to see the importance of going into agricultural investment. So the lines are now open. You can call +234-810-4545-533 if you have any question to ask, if you have any contribution to make, if you have anything to say. This is the time for you to bring it on. And also, we'll be going on the comment section to acknowledge those who are there and also to bring you guys on and appreciate you are being part of the program. So on the comment section, we have John Orman. John Onam, thank you very much. We acknowledge you for coming and you're also encouraging us to keep it up. We thank you. Okoye Dike, we appreciate you for being part of the program. We seen your comments. We have Dragon Saver. He said it's working. I think he's talking about the agricultural program and investment. Just don't give up midway. We are not giving up anytime soon until we see the entire Igbo land engulfed in agricultural activity in a commercial scale. Okay? So Dragon Slayer, okay, I'm not saying it properly. Dragon Slayer, we appreciate your comment there. He said, even if you are making loss, we must continue with the kind of intellectual input we are putting in place. Yes, loss is inevitable, but we will overcome it in no distance time. Not just in any distance, because we have professionals looking at every factor that will affect the investment. Let us take the first caller calling in from Switzerland. Hello, good evening. You're welcome to the program. This is BVI Channel 1.
Good evening.
Your name and where you're calling from, please.
I'm coming from Shanghai, Switzerland.
Go ahead. Your name?
Reverend Father Innocent, today at 4.
All right.
Yeah, I'm very much interested in what you are doing. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I just want to know how to find an opportunity to learn more about this greenhouse, to see how to help our people back home. We are here in diaspora, enjoying the correctness of things here and the progress. But back home, I can see there is some light coming up now. So that's why I'm calling.
Okay, if you want to be part of this agricultural investment, because we have an agricultural investment project, the GGM, Good Governance Ministry Cooperative, powered by BVI Channel 1, we are bringing in an integrated farming, and we're setting up what we call agricultural estate. First of its kind in the southeast. And we are looking at Anambra State to start off this project anytime soon. And we are talking about 500 slots. The 500 slots is meant for people who are interested to invest in this project. And we can assure them that in no distance time before they know or before they call Jack, you already reaping your return on investment. So if you are interested in this project, we would like you to take this number and contact us after this program. You will call 0810 420 7522. I'll call that number again, 0810 420 7522. Or you call the number you see at the top corner of this screen. If you see it right there on the top corner of this screen, you will see +234 810 4545 533. You can call that number 0810 4545 533. You can call that number after this program. That's the number you just called right now. So if you want to know more, when you call, we'll be able to bring you on board and add you to the platform. Only serious-minded people who are ready to take a slot. That's the people we are taking on that very platform.
Wonderful.
All right,
Okay.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
God bless you. We are still on the program. The lines are still open. You can drop your comments and you can also call the lines if you want to make inquiries, and also if you want to be part of this project, you can drop your comments from the comment section, or perhaps call the direct line and we'll be here to answer any of your questions. We're going back again to the comment section. Global Coppers International, coming from Barrister Livingstone, we appreciate you for coming in, and we also acknowledge what you are doing in this part of the world. Okay, we have Chiku Inugu said that you should know that, he's talking about something else. He's trying to inform us that YouTube may be blocking what we are doing, but that is why, whatever the case might be, we need your support by sharing our content so that more people could see it and also be picked up by YouTube system that is already set up to project meaningful videos to people who could be targeted to watch that very content. All right, thank you very much. We appreciate you also, John Onam, for your response. We also appreciate Grange. This one is tongue twisting, but you know yourself. He said Grange Grander. He said this is getting back to our lineage. Farming is about our imagination and innovation. We are bringing our imagination into a very wonderful, innovative, and creative integrated farming system. Okay? So thank you very much. We appreciate the Global Coppers International. Let's take one of these. He said, we don't need special fund or land to do agriculture. We don't need to wait for the federal government as well. All we need is to utilize whatever space that we have around us for agriculture. He went further to say, we have the best species of crops and animal husbandry. Our culture is agriculture. Agriculture is what made our ancestors great, and proofs are there. Find out the roots is getting back to agriculture. Finding our roots is getting back to agriculture. All of that is coming from Global Coppers International. We appreciate you for what you are doing. Okay? He's reminding us that if you want to go back to our roots, agriculture is the way. And also, white-collar jobs are no longer available for the teeming unemployed youth. You can seize the opportunity. It doesn't matter your discipline in academic discipline and the rest of them. Everyone and anyone can go into agriculture. So make our time to be part of what we're doing and be part of this revolution. All right, we have Bella and we have other people who have been here. We appreciate every one of you, and the discussion continues. We have seen the importance of greenhouse farming. It's a creative and innovative system of farming which we are bringing into our land in a commercial scale that will enable us to start producing what we eat. We have the best soils, we have the best weathers, we have the capable hands, workforce to give us. We even have the fund, the capital to go into this investment project. All that is needed is a force, a people, a team of professionals like what we have already to manage the agricultural investment. And I bet you we all will start reaping the benefit. Having said that, I think we have done justice to what we are talking about today. Anything we'll be saying is trying to overemphasize the need for us to invest in this agricultural project. I want to encourage every one of you who are watching out there to take time to study what we are doing. We have, we have had that trend of being consistent, our commitment to rebuild our homeland and to see our homeland work again. For us, is unquenchable and unstoppable. And we are just like a tool in the hands of the masters. The master is our ancestors and our God, who had made us the messengers to mobilize and awaken our people for the need for us to get back to our roots. Just like someone have already pointed out, our roots, the route to our roots is agriculture. That is what made our ancestors great and powerful at their time. So we can't just leave that to lie fallow and allow ourselves to become what we call being slavishly industrious, pushing our capitals away from our land, especially what we eat. Okay, so we are changing the trend, we are reversing the trend back to its normal system, whereby we have food production, not just supply it outside the shores of Igbo land to other parts of Nigeria, but throughout the entire universe. We can do it if Israel is doing it, if Netherlands are doing it, and other countries are doing it. Yes, we can. So take your time to be part of what we're doing. Take your time to, key into this very opportunity. It's time for us to invest in this agricultural project. The GGM agricultural estate, okay, will be involved in animal husbandry, talking about bringing back Igbo, talking about investment in other husbandries like we have pigs, we have goats, our native goats, we have snails, we have also fish. Okay, we have wonderful, low risk animal husbandry that can yield a huge turnout. And we are putting this investment both on animal husbandry and that of crop plantation. We splitted them all through the immediate term plan, the ones that can yield within months. We're also pushing those ones that can yield within 1 year and those ones that can yield about 2 years. That is it for now, and I will encourage every one of you to key into this very project. It is about to kick off. Call the numbers you've seen and be part of this. Ask any question you want. We'll be right there to talk about it. This is not a Ponzi scheme. This is what we are involved in. And you will be a co-owner of that very agricultural estate. We're floating a corporation and everyone should be involved in this very project. I appreciate every one of you who have been following us and sharing our content. We encourage you to continue doing that. I want to seize this opportunity to, plead with our people. We at this time is a critical time in our history. It is either we destroy everything we have labored hard to build for ourselves since the end of that genocide war against our people, or we'll be part of those that have determined to rebuild our homeland. Whichever way, please, I hope you choose the right path. Join us as we take this bold step to rebuilding our homeland, getting good governance into effect in our homeland, identifying the right people, because most of these agricultural activities you're seeing out there are being encouraged by their government, especially in the north. They fund it, they encourage young people to go into it, they sponsor them, but here we don't get such support. That's why we are not relying on government, we are relying on the people who understand the need and have confidence in what we are doing to be part of this project. Having said that, I'll be calling it a night. It has been a wonderful time with you all. As I'm signing out, I will only say, stay safe at all time, and don't forget our lines are open at all time to take your questions as we continue in this drive to ignite agricultural revolution and food production in our homeland. I'm Asuzu, the voice of the people, the voice of God, and the voice of our ancestors. Stay tuned and stay connected to this platform as we continue bringing you more insightful content. Don't forget, very soon, I'll be publishing a video, my interaction with Igwe of Achala, His Royal Highness Igwe Sonny. You will be seeing him very soon. We'll be publishing. What you'll be hearing from us during that conversation is mind-boggling. And that is part of the consultation and reaching out to get and secure the best place for that agricultural estate to be set up. So be on the lookout and please share every content you get from this platform. I'm saying at this point, good night and may God bless you. Bye-bye.